Hello, my faithful nerdettes and neckbeards, and welcome back to Spider's Toy Review here on Crumbs Studios at youtube.com/piecrumbs. I'm your host, James, better known as Spider with a Pie, and today we're looking at Leader Class Optimus Prime from Revenge of the Fallen. While it wasn't my favorite movie in the franchise, this is definitely one of my favorite toys from the franchise. He's obviously his full throttle advertising truck with all of his flame decals and all that good stuff. He's got angry eyebrows. You can pose those all over the place. The people's truck. I've already done a review once for this figure on my old channel, but since that channel is A, now defunct, and B, I was not happy with the way that video came out, or a lot of my older videos, I decided, screw it. I'll reshoot this for primetime week. Which is, now 2 weeks, because like I said before, I am bad at calendar. Everything hides away really, really nicely. Nothing that says, hey, this is a robot, other than an Autobot insignia here on the front of the car, or truck, grill thing. Yeah. His transformation is really complicated. It's easier to get him into robot mode than it is to get him into truck mode, that's for damn sure. Because pulling things apart is always easier than putting them back together. So, we're going to go ahead and get him going. And if I'm a little quieter than usual, I apologize. I had to use a different tripod for this video, so I'm a little further away than I'd like to be for recording, but we'll see what I can do in Vegas. Start by getting everything a little loose up front. I like to start by getting the back half of the truck out of the way and done. So we're just going to flip this there for the time being, and we'll take care of that part of the transformation at the end. I'm on. Helps if I flip these out of the way, right? Alright. So these panels fold up and go onto the sides of his arms. They don't stay there very well, but that's an issue with the figure. I also don't like his swords because they like to pop out at any given time and just F up stuff. Make sure you flip these little panels out, otherwise the chest assembly will not go together well or at all. You got these little doohickeys right here. You just kind of pop into the slots on the side of his grill. Easier said than done, of course. There we go. There's one. These like to fold back in the way after you get them out of the way because he's a pain. Come on. It's a very noisy toy, just with all the clacking and everything. So that's another reason I took his batteries out, because his freaking gimmick would be going off going, I am Optimus Prime. I am. Like some crappy remix. Come on. These are in the way and pissing me off. This entire assembly just kind of rotates around and does some voodoo. It all plugs up into the side of the chest. Come on. There we go. We're starting to get somewhere, eh? I don't know why I'm bothering putting those up. They're just going to keep popping out and pissing me off. I really like the leg assembly on this figure. The way the feet transform is really cool. These go apart and the grill folds into them. And these just snap into his ankle, or the rest of his foot. Ugh. Supposed to rotate these back a little bit. And these just kind of flap around. They have a peg here, but they don't peg as solidly to themselves as they could. Now that the legs are done, let's turn them around and take care of the ass end. You got all this junk going on in his trunk. The rear fenders just fold in on themselves. You can do whatever you'd like with those. It's all up to taste. These pop outwards. You fold them in. There's actually tabs. God dang it, now I'm blocking it. There's tabs right here, and there's little slots on the inside of this piece that those will sit in. Get them at the right angle and you'll figure it out. The tab right here on the exhaust goes into the rest of the exhaust. I'm not sure what that part is called. I am not a truck mechanic, or any type of mechanic for that matter. It's all part of the exhaust as far as I know. There we go. He's a robot. A big badass robot. Now, a lot of people put the smokestacks up, and while that looks cool, I actually like to have them go back and connect kind of to the rest of the smokestack assembly. It just makes sense in my head that it would work like that, to keep all of that connected into his robot mode. Make sure that, you know, if he farts, it doesn't go anywhere he doesn't want it to go. The guy's pretty well articulated, but because of the gimmick and some of the shoulder plating, things don't really work out all that well. And he's got a switch for these, but the switch doesn't matter. You look at him funny and they pop out, so we're just going to leave them out. His head only has a simple rotate. Has a little bit of rock to it to give you a little bit of a ball socket wannabe. Shoulders are on a ratchet and a swivel. Elbows rotate and hinge. Hand rotate. It's got a ratcheting rotate in the hip. And a little bit of a swivel here. but it's impeded by armor, ratcheting knee, and ball socket ankles. Come on, stand up. As I mentioned, some of the articulation is impeded by armor. This piece likes to get in the way, but you can still get that arm all the way up. So it's all groovy. But these, the forearm armor and the shoulder armor, they like to try and occupy the same space-time, and it doesn't work out very well most of the time. You can pose his little chest eyebrows. You can put them up like that. Peekaboo! Peekaboo! But those are really cool. So, you know, he can deflect bullets coming at his chest area or whatever. We're just going to do them like that. Give him a flying V going on. But that's it for this review, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to tell me what you thought down in the comment section below. And drop a like on this video if you enjoyed it. And feel free to share this all over the internet with your friends on Twitter and Facebook and anywhere else you think that fine Transformer reviews would be appreciated. Don't forget to tune in tomorrow when we bring an end to prime time with one of my oldest and most badass Optimus Primes. And oldest not so much because of the age of him, but oldest by the time he's been in my collection. I've had this one since high school, and he's actually the first Prime that I ever bought. So, until then, this has been Spider, saying be safe and take it easy. I'm out.
Go! I'm thirsty. Oh.